What's going on, guys? Welcome into Rover Sports here. Incredibly crazy news coming out of New York City. And that's that Odell Beckham Jr. appears to be in a video with an Instagram model. There appears to be cocaine. There appears to be a blunt in the video. I'm going to go ahead and try to replay the entire video if I can. But there's just so much to digest in this video. The fact is that Odell Beckham, his talents do not outweigh his problems. And he's the type of player that always keeps you up at night. Odell Beckham hanging out with Johnny Manziel, going out, the boat trip, the fights with Josh Norman, the kicking net incident, the crying on the sidelines. It's always a show. And that show oftentimes detracts from winning football, team camaraderie, the fact that Odell Beckham is a talent, and he has divided the fan base, and he's also divided our locker room. And for this new regime, we have to first see if it's in fact cocaine. But the fact is, I've been on the record here on this show, and I haven't been the biggest Odell Beckham backer. I think that he still needs to do a lot of maturing. I don't really think that the Giants have the patience to wait for him to mature. Eli's an old guy already. This defense has a lot of veterans like Jason Pierre-Paul and Olivier Vernon, Janoris Jenkins. There's a shit ton of money that has been spent on the cap. And Odell Beckham Jr., this could be the final straw. This could really be the death nail for this guy. And he could be out. He could be out of our team. We could send him away. And frankly, I think that it would be a great, powerful message sent that no one is above the team. No one's above Giants culture. And I'm just frankly just tired of it. I'm tired of all the antics. I'm tired of him, the pop culture, everything. There is no player that's a lightning rod like him. I mean, wherever Odell Beckham goes, he's more interested in being a star. And frankly, that ain't illegal. There ain't a problem with it, but when there is a problem when you're trying to win football games and win Super Bowls and you have a fan base that's irate. This guy cares more about his legacy, more about his persona. There's a fine line between being a star, between being a celebrity, between going out and hanging with Instagram models and you know, people that are out partying, and you don't back it up on the field, and you don't bring that kind of contagious attitude towards the locker room. Now, there's certain examples of guys that are able to do it. That, you know, like Von Miller's a guy that's out a lot, but no one's really to the level of Odell. It's hard to find. Maybe Josh Norman, but he's a defensive player, and frankly, the Redskins haven't won a lot since him. I mean, Antonio Brown's that type of way, but it just seems like Odell Beckham, he's still young, still needs maturing, and frankly, this stardom, you know, it just, with Odell Beckham, it's constantly a headache. And if you're Dave Gettleman, why is it worth it? Why is it worth it to lock this guy in for the next 5-7 years? Plus, there doesn't seem to be any repercussions for the boat trip or any actions. Ben McAdoo never held him accountable. So, frankly, we have to see if it's cocaine or not, if it's a blunt. It looks like it could be with this pizza party. Odell Beckham is hanging around the wrong people, doing things that are, you know, that I know people in power do this, but, I mean, you can't be around coke, and freaking Josh Gordon can smoke weed, and Odell knows better than that. Or I guess he doesn't because he's out doing this stuff. And it's just time to turn the page. This is kind of the last straw. The guy's asking to have a ton of money. It's time to make a stand and do the right thing for the Giants. And wish Odell Beckham well. And just, again, he's a talented player. And people who, you know, clamor that I just, like, have something against Odell Beckham, like, I'm just tired of the flash. I'm tired of the distractions. And as a Giants fan that has been a Giants fan my whole life, I mean, I understand that Lawrence Taylor and guys did this kind of stuff. Like, I'm not immune to the fact. Like, that is the ultimate Odell Beckham defender line. It's like, oh, well, you love Lawrence Taylor and he did this stuff. But Lawrence would come to play on Sunday, and there was nothing more important to him than playing for Coach Parcells. And Coach Parcells he still held discipline in that locker room. He still knew how players ticked. And frankly, we're a 2-14 team. It's not like Odell Beckham and this team has won playoff games. It's not like he has generated respect. I mentioned it. Let's go back and look at Odell Beckham. You have the catch. That was great. But then you have kicking net. Josh Norman, where he acted like a freaking child. He acted like a tyrant the whole game. And frankly, Tom Coughlin didn't deal with him. He was tired of him and left. You know, the whole kicking net saga. The whole boat trip incident, which is inexcusable before a playoff game, all this stuff just seems to mount up. Meaning that it's not like Odell, the commercial with Eli and Odell. Like all these things, like if Eli Manning did one thing, or if Landon Collins or Jason Pierre-Paul did this sort of thing, you would react differently. But Odell Beckham, I mentioned it, the catalyst to the boat trip, getting Victor Cruz completely off his rocker and acting like a child as well. Victor Cruz didn't take care of Odell. Odell just thinks he can do whatever he wants. There's no repercussions for the guy's actions ever. And I'm just so damn tired of it. I'm so damn tired of it. I'm ready to see him leave so badly. That's my honest opinion. I'm tired of constantly thinking of this guy, catering to this guy, thinking, oh, he's hanging out with Johnny Manziel. Well, that's different. Oh, the stripper lady, the Instagram lady's doing coke. It's fine. It's not him doing it. The boat trip. Oh, well, he's a free guy. He can do whatever he wants. The Giants are a 2-14 team. They need to have a backbone in life. You need to stick up for yourself. You can't let one player just drown you out. Eli Manning trying to be the nice guy. You know, this guy's a talent. Constantly just overseeing and babysitting this guy. It's time you make a freaking stand. It's time you grow a set of balls. And it's time that you move on. And Odell Beckham might grow up for somebody else. Who cares? It's your team and your culture. This should be a no bullshit operation. The team should be above any individual. This is the last straw. I mean, this is it. He's freaking giving you an out. I mean, the thing is with Gettleman, everybody's like, we'll see. We'll see if he matures. We'll see. We'll see if he matures. And the good news is that you have the answer, and it's laying in the form of a blunt and cocaine right in the Instagram model's bed. Eating pizza. Hanging out at a party. Again, Odell Beckham is who he is. He's a distraction. He's Hollywood. He's celebrity. He is. That's what Odell Beckham is, man. He is drama queen 101. Drama queen 101. And the guy ain't changing anytime soon. And it's time. I mean, Eli's old. It's time you get this shit figured out. It's time you give Pat Shurmur and these guys, it's time you lay down the law in that locker room. It's time you hold yourself accountable and stop constantly bending over backwards to support certain players of the team. Cowtailing. That's the word. Cowtailing. That's what the Giants have been doing for years. And I'm fed up and I'm freaking done with him. I'm done. Good riddance, man. I am just about, you know what? If it's coke, it is. If it's not, I'm done. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of babysitting this guy, of defending this. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to move on and turn the page. Let's get an organization and guys that you don't have to worry about at night. Let's do it. Okay? You know, Eagles fans, you know, were saying, oh, if Odell Beckham or if Michael Bennett was a Giant, that you would support him. No. It's time we get guys that we're proud to support. Great role models in the community. Guy might be a nice guy. He's just not mature enough right now. It's time that you grow a set of balls. Do the right thing. Trade him. Release him. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I don't care how talented he is. He's a wide receiver. Eli is probably sick of him by now. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. We had the Odell Beckham experience. It's time we move on. We're 2-14 because of it. It's time we move the hell on. Could he win you a game or two? Yes. But it's time that we move on. I really do believe it. With just about every fiber in my body, I believe that it's time for the Giants to move the heck on. I do. I think it's time to move on from this guy and stop cowtailing and sacrificing everything. I think it's time to move on. I can't reiterate that enough. I am sick and tired. I am freaking done with being in the headlines. Done. And it's not like this guy has built up equity. It's not like we're talking about Victor Cruz, Michael Strahan, Antonio Pierce, Chase Blackburn, Sean O'Hara. It's not like we're talking about that. And the people that'll defend Odell will just point. I know what they're going to say. I do. They're going to say that you just hate Odell Beckham, that you hate flashy people, that you hate millennials, that you hate young kids. They're going to say that. They're going to say that you're not a cool guy, that you can't understand millennials, you can't understand people like that. You know what else they're going to say? Josh Brown. They're going to bring up Josh Brown. They're going to bring up Lawrence Taylor. They're going to bring up the 90s. They're going to bring up, listen, that's what they're going to do in the comments. Watch it happen. They're going to say you hate him. You have a personal vendetta, that you're obsessed with him, that you hate him. To my team, I can say whatever the heck I want to say. Period. That's the beauty of YouTube. That's the beauty of having this channel. Alrighty, guys, let me know what you think. I'm curious. You can disagree with me all you want. That's perfectly fine. I'll see you guys. Thanks for